Hey, it's Mrs. J here, blogger in chief of Prayer and Pedagogy.com, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Super excited about this series, Fun Fridays in 5 minutes or less. I want to share all of the activities that I love to do for a Fun Friday that my kids enjoy and that requires very minimal prep work. So let's get started with our very first one, virtual bingo. My kids love this. It's a great review activity. Let's get into it. So you're going to start by visiting the website myfreebingocards.com. This will allow you to be able to create the bingo cards that you're going to play with. You'll be able to do this with kids who are virtual and kids who are in person, or blend if necessary, which is what I have. So myfreebingocards.com. Now, one thing that I would suggest that you have in advance is a list of personalized bingo words that you want to use. Very simply, I create a Google Doc that just has vocabulary words. I teach Avid and history, so I have this Google Doc here. I like to have about 25 to 30 vocabulary words that are created for both of my kids because I like to do the fun activity for both classes. So this will help speed up the process when you are creating your bingo cards. Of course, you can also just do your typical numbered cards with a 1 through 75, but I like to make it relevant to what we're learning in class. So I'm going to go with the free bingo card generator. And I'm going to make my own bingo. So let's say I want to go with our Avid words, and I'm going to just go with Avid bingo. And here's the part where it's easier. You could type in the words here, but I like to have it from my Google Doc so that way I always have it saved. I'm just going to copy and paste it right into the list there. Give me a little generating sign and boom, there's my bingo card. So I'm going to edit it a little bit. You can change the different options if you're not into the stars and the stripes, or if you want to go for, a themed type of mode. I like the notepad one. For my Avid class, it's a little easier to see, I think. And so my words are all there. Now the automatic size will come in depending on how many words you put in. It may change. If you want to do a shorter game, you can always change it to a 3x3 or a 4x4. So you'll have less words to play with. I personally like to do the 5x5. And then I like to go down here to the extra options and include the free space. Okay, so this is my card that I have generated, all of my words that I'm using here. I'm going to click on next step. And now I'm ready to play. I'm going to go with the option for 30 cards for free. There's really no need, I think, to pay for the bingo cards. For my class sizes, 30 cards is a good enough amount for kids to have individual cards. And also, if some kids get the same card, it doesn't really matter and they don't know. So I'm going to click on the 30 cards for free. And so what's going to happen next is I'm going to get the link that I'm going to share with my students. Usually we use Zoom, and so I'll just post the link in the chat on the Zoom so that every student can open it up on their own device. If you were using like a Google Classroom, or you want to send the link out through Remind or something of that nature, you will have the virtual link that you can share. So let's click on Let's Go. And now here's the link that I'm going to share. I would take this link and I would copy it and paste it into the Zoom or share however I want to disseminate it with my students. I'm going to use an incognito window to show you what it looks like. When students click on the link, here's what they will get. They'll see a bingo card that's randomly generated, and the card will have an ID number. So this is card number 20. There are 30 options, so this one has been randomly assigned to this one. It is possible that more than one student might get the same number. For me, that's not really an issue. So this is what it looks like for students. And as I go through and I'm calling out the different numbers or the different words, I'm describing what I'm looking for, the students will click or tap on each of the spaces in order to mark them off as I am going through the list. So that's what it looks like for students. If they accidentally click on something, they can always just click on it again to remove it, but that's how they will keep up. So now the question is, how will you know what to call? Let me show you. Here, you're going to click on the link that says Call Game. It's going to give you 3 different options for a call sequence. Pick whichever one you like. They're really random. And so I'm going to have this call sequence. I've called this one before, so I'm going to go with call sequence number 3. And now when I'm starting the game, I'm just going to click on Start Game. First word is undergraduate. So as I'm in the class with my students over Zoom, I may begin to describe the word. That's how I like to do it. And I like to have them guess what the vocabulary word is instead of just calling it out. To me, that just makes it a little bit more challenging. So I would describe the word, give my students a chance to guess. Somebody gets undergraduate, I confirm it, and then I call out the next word, the ACT. For me, again, personally, I would describe the ACT, or I might have a specific clue, just so it kind of gets some thinking, and then I'm going to go through and call the game. So depending on what kind of bingo we're playing, whether we're going for 5 in a row or blackout or, crisscross or tic-tac-toe or something of that nature, I'm going to keep calling until somebody says they have bingo. When somebody says they have bingo, I'm going to ask them to give me their bingo card ID. They'll give me their number. Let's say we go with number 20, and I can view their card. So this is what their card should look like if they have been marking their card correctly. Same thing, it will match over here with my card. I haven't been calling mine correctly, so this doesn't look accurate. But if I had been keeping up and following, I would have clicked on the same ones. So you can't just make up bingo. I can always verify and double check. So if a student says they have bingo, I ask them to send me their card number in the chat. I will check it. This does not have bingo. I would say that's not correct. Make sure you're paying attention. And then I would go back to calling the cards until somebody, said they had bingo. And then I might check again. Booyah, this person does indeed have bingo. And that's how I would mark my winner. My kids really enjoy this game. I love to use it to review, and it's really fun and challenging coming up with the clues or having students guess what the words are instead of just calling them out. So boom, there you have it, virtual bingo. Happy Fun Friday. I hope this was useful to you and that you and your students enjoy a fun Friday. Please make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for joining me at the intersection of prayer and pedagogy.